Hello everyone, it's MarVeena Meek, and I wanted to welcome you to our tarot tutorials. So we are working in the major arcana and we're exploring the mysteries of the reversals. So I always feel like the tarot is like a book of life for the human experience, and it just talks about all of the different sorts of situations that we get ourselves into while we're going through this journey. And so every person who is reading the cards, you're doing so from your interpretation and from sort of looking through your filters. And there are some different schools of thought that don't acknowledge the reversals, and then there's some that do. I acknowledge the reversals, but I want to encourage you, when you're reading the cards, to use your own instincts about what is going on with the card, because in the end that's what's important, is what are these symbols, what are they pulling from you. And if you feel that the reversed card is significant, then you want to acknowledge that and factor that into your interpretation and into your reading. So today we're looking at the Devil card, and it's reversed. So I'm showing it to you upside down. Let me see if I can get a better image here. It's kind of hard with the light. I'm sorry. All right, let's look over here. Okay. There we go. So it has a symbol. I'm going to put it up here where I can see it really good. So it's got the goat in there. It has the spider webs behind it. You've got the eggs down below. This card, when it's upside down, now the way I look at it, you're going to get a little bit of a different interpretation than whenever this card is right side up. So to me, if it's right side up, it would be encouraging you to keep your sense of humor, because when you keep your sense of humor, you keep your vibrations high, and you can look at things from a broader perspective. But in this situation, I feel like there are maybe some deception involved, or blind impulses, or animal instincts, sort of maybe even like obsession and tenacity, but not in a good way. It's like tenacity overboard, and maybe even like secret plans, or a very discontent time in your life. So there's a time to be tenacious, and there's a time to know when enough is enough. And the goat is one of the most tenacious animals there is. I've had them. I know when I have horses, and I had goats that ran with the horses, and you had to feed your goat first when you go out in the morning in the pasture, because the goats are going to be right there demanding breakfast right now, and they're like ornery. Like if they don't get what they want right now, they'll like butt you. So anyhow, that is, to me, that's not a good thing. So if this card's upside down, it's like you might be taking obsession to an unhealthy level. You might be using your sense of sexuality in an unhealthy way. So you just want to stop and think about that, and just do some personal meditation, some personal reflection, and just see if you're in harmony with, if you feel like you're in your integrity, or if you feel like you've gone over the top. And if you have, then you need to do some serious reflection and start to pull yourself back together and regain your balance before before it goes too far and it gets out of control. So the spider webs behind the goat, they're talking about the illusionary nature of life. And so always remember that we're in this grand illusion here, and we are determiners and creators, but it's important that we do that from a place of balance from a place of integrity and impeccability. And that's going to help us to get the biggest and the highest gain from this dimension, rather than trying to ram our will down the world's throats. So the card has the value of 15. So you add the 1 and the 5, you get 6. So you can look at the other cards in the tarot deck, the 6 value cards, and that will give you a little bit of different perspective and maybe some ideas about how you can regain your balance, regain your sense of humor and your sense of perspective. So anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this mini interpretation of the Devil card. Don't be afraid of it. It's important that that we engage with life, that we don't, hide our head under the covers. All right. So if you have questions, or if you'd like to have me interpret the cards for you, be sure and check out my website. It's at MarVeena.com. And while you're there, don't forget to sign up for my e-zine. I send it out each week. I always include some cool tips for you, new meditation MP3s, different articles. So I'd love to see you there, and hope that you have a very powerful day. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.